Oh yeah, I would have thought so. I've got a load of stuff. But before we get into
Slurping?
things, so we're starting recording. Are you ready to slurp, Bruce?
I mean, it's fucking red hot, man. Like, I just keep burning my fucking mouth every week. No, I can't. It's literally just come out of the fucking.
Go on, kid.
There, thank you. Yeah, I guessed it. Nice.
That's good. Oh, right. Welcome.
Hold
to
on,
Yorkshire
before we
Tea
start,
XP,
hold on.
Episode
Hold on.
28?
Wait.
Oh,
Wait,
Listen.
Root,
Listen to us.
before we start.
Better?
There you go.
Better? Are you happy now? Please continue.
We are children. Sorry, you can continue, sir.
the delay, I have no idea where we are in sync with each other, but we'll just keep pushing through. So, welcome to Yorkshire Tea XP, episode 28, I think it is. Brewed in the heart of Yorkshire by three MFL-obsessed managers, myself, rootcoors, Bruce Lee, Big Mr. K, and we're joined this week as a co-host with Kizmarlo. How are we all?
Hello.
Disappointed Kizmarlo's not a talking horse?
Yeah. I can't hide my disappointment. I don't want to do the pod anymore.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great rest
Sorry
of
to
the week.
disappoint.
I did wonder if you would join with a horse head on or not, just for the bands.
I did have a look for one, but there was none handy. So
Nah. As if you ain't got a horse mask lying around, man. Like, come on.
no, I know. What sort of modern man are you if you don't have a horse mask?
And we're all good. Everybody's good. Had a good weekend. Start to the week.
I will say I'm looking forward to the fucking season being over. I'm going to be honest. I'm really
good.
looking. I can't wait for it to end. I honestly cannot. My Friday night was quite possibly the worst night I have ever had in MFL. Full stop. I've had some bad nights, but Friday night was. Oh, it's really pissed me off. Boiled my piss, it has. But yeah. Other than that, in real life, everything's all right.
How about you, Kiz?
Kiz?
How are you getting on, Kiz? How's your season going?
All okay. Bit pissed off with cups this season, but otherwise, yeah, going really well. I think season wise, I'm not depressed like Bruce. So
I'm not depressed. I'm just.
We've got Grumpy Bruce back. It's back to the good old days.
yeah.
We've got to have him once a season like this. Once a season.
Yes. In answer to your question, absolutely we do. Absolutely. If in any way, by the way, viewer / listener, that things seem a little bit out of centre with the route and stuff, with him being on holiday again for the 5th time this year, he's dialed in from abroad, and his bandwidth is a little bit off for us. So if we're responding in a weird time to each other, that's the only reason why. Blame Root is the short.
It is Root's fault.
Yeah, it's Root's fault. Yeah, officially.
I would blame my missus for watching Netflix, but she's in earshot, and to be fair, she's my drink supplier while I'm on the pod, so I'm not going to do that.
You're on headphones, aren't you?
So,
Are you on headphones?
yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
damn. Okay. I was going to shout to that, but no point.
Right. We've also got something new this week as well. So we've got the wheel spin for the what's it called? The GeoGuessr. So Hammers did a GeoGuessr. So I've chopped that in partway through the agenda just to break things up. So we'll do, I think, some club check-ins, which takes a chunk of time. Then we'll do the topic of the week. Then we'll take a little 5-minute break doing the GeoGuessr and then go into Tactics Corner. As I said to you guys before we joined, I'll stay around for as long as I can, and then one of you two can just take over and take it home for the rest of the way, which is cool. So I don't know how my
It's really jarring
go,
you,
so
as if you're fucking hosting this week, honestly.
Is it that bad? Is it that bad?
It's a bit jarring.
Does someone want to do a
It's
club
a bit
check-in?
jarring, yeah.
Does someone want to do a club check-in? This is fun. It's fun. You always say I just do it robotic. Now I'm not. I literally am.
Yeah, go on. I'll take the lead here. Let me just jump in and get that sorted. Otherwise, we'll be. It's like wait. Everyone awkward. It's awkward silence where everyone waits for a response. I was just sorting out my teams for tonight. To be fair, so I'll do that now while we're talking away. So jumping in with, I will dial back one step. I'll go back to the Ron John team. No, that's the wrong one. It's this one. I like the idea if Ron John had the Song Ball team, that'd be good. It's going crap this second half of the season. It's basically a winger variation style squad, or I run mid to low 40s rated players to try and play anything else. And so, yeah, it's been shit, as you can see, recent form. It's been great. I did notice, I don't know if you can quite see it on the right-hand side because I've got that plug-in, my opponents don't seem to be rotating at the moment at all. So hopefully I'm going to get a win this evening because whereabouts are we? 3 points. There's no chance of the playoffs at all. But yeah, they shouldn't be down here. First half of the season was so much better. This second half has been shocking. Going on to Stone Clubs, because that's where we jump from. Wolves, top of the league. Bit of a patchy form here and there. A couple of draws. A loss, which I looked at and I was like, how the flying fuck have we ended up drawing that game at the end of the game? That's fine, though. However, we've got a cup final tomorrow, so I'm in that catch-22 of I really need to get the win to keep myself going and stuff, to try and actually get the win in this league here, which I was never expected to get. Because I think I was ranked 9th or 10th in this league. But I've got a cup final tomorrow with these guys, so I need to have a think about that club. Going on to Axis, probably the weakest of all my Stone clubs, it's at 4th. And they've been playing 4-2-2 all season. So it's been bonkers. As you can see, 54 goals, 31 conceded. It's all or nothing every single game. As you can see with some of these score lines, crazy. That 7-1 win against second in the league, because Hoodwink's top of this league, and he was thankful because he slipped up, is because they were second and challenging. But he got a red card in like the 30th minute, and I think, as I recall, he was running a back three. He centre back got sent off, so he just got absolutely mullered then. But yeah, no cup action with these boys. That one's one I've got delegated out. He's there in the cup final actually, to someone who's fairly new to the game. Peacocks, I think, have we won the league yet? What, 11-team league, 20 games. Yeah, we've won the league.
You need a point, don't you? You need a point.
They've got 19.
Yeah.
I've won the league now in there, which I should do given this overpowered team that I put in Iron. It's not ridiculously overpowered. It was okay to begin with, but we've had a bit of progression here and there. Like hang on, is that in position order? Yeah, the striker that's in there, Kaiser. He went to 80. He went from 84 to 86. It's a pretty strong Iron squad, though. To be fair, and as you can see, sea of green. So yeah, fully rest tonight for the cup final tomorrow. Annoyingly, this is Whitehouse's team. Whitehouse came to me in the mid-season break and went, "Can we talk about tactics?" Yeah, of course I can. Talk through tactics with him. I gave him a version of a 4-2-3-1, 4-1-3-2, sorry, that he seemed to like. And now we're playing each other in a cup final, so he knows what the 4-1-3-2 tactic would be if I tried to use it. So I need to decide what to do for tomorrow. Owls, second in the league. Yeah, should have beaten top of the league here. I had the better of the game. They played awfully in this game. It was so frustrating. But we're playing Lannis. Where are they? They're 5th, and then we've got Oromir, who are 3rd. That's the one that Solid Lard's managing for Dan LFC. So, yeah, we were leading the way for. We've been 3rd and 4th, and then we were top of the league for a little bit, but we've just had those couple of results there that slowed us up. So, yeah, it's down to the last couple of games. And I had a look at top of the league who they were playing earlier. They're playing Auxerre, they're playing 7th and 8th in the league. So I'm hoping on a miracle, but they've got a 19 positive goal difference. I've got 34, and then Oromir have got a 35 positive goal difference. It's just really annoying that they've only lost the one game all season. But yeah, it's what it is. Again, these weren't very strong Iron sides. I just put out what I could put out. Grenoble been a very frustrating team this season, but we've turned it around the second half, and we're now sat 3rd. Game in hand over 4th. So yeah, ideally we should really be finishing in the playoffs here, which I wasn't expecting. What we got here? Keto are punching. There somehow we've ended up in the playoff spots. We got battered last night, and then I was like, "Oh Jesus, we really did get battered." And I had a look at the team that is been assembled here. I think they did a couple of pickups in the mid-season break because this front line just appeared out of nowhere. I was like, "Where the hell have they come from?" But yeah, so they absolutely slaughtered us in that game. Eindhoven, we were doing pretty well. We were third in the league, and we were playing Nep's team last night. But I was hastily doing all my squads last night because obviously out and about, things going on, I couldn't pick things up. And I had a test tactic in as default, and I didn't want to play that. I need to play my 4-3-3, so I loaded it in. I was watching the game, and I'm like, what are we doing? Why are we doing that? I went, hang on a minute. Went back, and my pre-season testing 4-3-3D's there, and I played that, and it's awful. We'll have a quick look at it. It's awful as a tactic. It's really, really awful. And against
Neps, too.
Yeah, against Nep's 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, high aggression, high pressing tactic, we got absolutely buggered. So yeah, last night didn't go to plan. So yeah, it's down to the last 2 games of the season, of which we're playing 11th and 9th. So there's still a chance of finishing up in the playoffs here, but yeah. And this team, I think this is a really filthy team from what I recall. The Manchester Heart one. No, that was it. I was like, they're doing really, really well for a bronze team. And then you look at the squad. It's not really strong, this squad for a bronze team. That's what I remembered. I was like, I was really impressed with how well they're doing, being where they are and stuff.
Who's the manager?
This is the really strong team. Huh?
Who's the manager?
Who's the manager?
Wanwood. I've never heard of him.
I've heard of Wanwood. I've come across him a few times, yeah. But yeah, he's doing a really good job. I mean, there wasn't much rev share being used in there, I didn't think. 20, yeah, not much at all. Because the strongest team in this league is Galaxy. They've got a silly strong team. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got a silly strong team. But and then somehow we beat them 5-0. So it's just been all over the place, this league. But Galaxy, let me see who else. Keto, Blue Raspberry, Dark Fez. Yeah, we followed each other up and down the leagues when we've moved around a few times. So I've come up against these teams a few times. Istanbul, Dow team, last season in charge. We're holding on in there, but we've just been playing like the top 3 in the league in a row. 1, 2, 3. So we drew 3-3, lost 1-0, lost 2-0 last night. I rested and played the rotation squad last night because we're against Rory tonight. And that if I win that, we should be safe depending on how Brooklyn get on, and then we're playing bottom of the league last game of the season. So I just want to keep them in the league. And with Dio's team, been enjoying running this team. We're sat up in 5th now. I don't think we can finish any higher. Maybe. If we win both games and Jumbo doesn't win both of his, then I can finish 4th. But we beat Mercenary Company last night 2-1. One of, what's his name now?
Ronin.
I was blanking them. One of Ronin's teams, of which... For a flat team, to be fair, it was a pretty tight game overall. He played a 4-2-2-2 narrow. The stats, it's a pretty close game. That's not a blow-away by any stretch, but we came away with a win. So yeah, fingers crossed for finishing this season strong. I would like to see at least a couple more promotions and ideally cup wins, please. Please. So yeah, that's my quick summary of where we're up to, because we're almost there, boys. It's almost finished.
Yeah, thank God.
Cup finals tomorrow, isn't it? Cup finals tomorrow night?
It is.
Yes, tomorrow afternoon.
Bear with me.
Yeah.
Let's see about how I use this software. I should have researched this before.
It's all good, mate. It's all good. We've taught Root over the years, so it's all good.
Share that one then, I guess.
Yeah.
That working? Happy days.
Yeah, it works.
Right, so let me show you through everything.
Good.
I did have one extra club here, but then I sold it earlier because I'm panic raising funds for next season. But I'll run you through everything very quickly. This Lose team from Portugal, they're just a farm team. They're all right. Nothing special. In Flint, boring. It's really terrible. We were doing all right. We were challenging for playoffs, and then we just dropped off. You can see all these reds. It's terrible. I hate it. This is a team that I really wanted to get promoted with, Leon. But then that fell apart at the end as well. So the bottom end, really terrible and quite sad from my point of view, but it gets better, I promise. So, optimistic vibes. This is a terrible, terrible team that's also for sale if anybody wants a Flint team. Ignore that one then. This is my favourite team. This is my little project where each season I kind of review where the state of the game is, and I set a benchmark on an overall and say that's the level of player that's going into that team. I've written up a little write-up in here actually as well, which anyone can look up if they're ever interested. But the idea is if those players progress beyond that benchmark, then they get promoted within the agency. That club then retains a percentage of their contracts for 3 seasons, and it contributes to their MFL return, which then gets spent on that club every year.
Cool.
All good.
That's
I think
cool.
we're locked in for 3rd with that team. No, nearly locked in. We're playing a farm team that are down in 11th tonight, so we should be locked in for 3rd. If I somehow get far in the playoffs, I'm probably going to accidentally bottle it on purpose because it looks like I'm only going to have one Spark team. And this is where it gets a little bit better. This team were predicted like 6th at the start of the season, and we're just walking away with the league out of nowhere. Absolutely no idea why. Let's just see the team. I mean, it's good for a Spark team. I'm not denying that, but
It's not overpowered. It's not a stacked Spark team.
it's not all uncommons, no. So I don't know how we really walked it as much as we did. I think as we've all got different experiences of different sections of the ladder, and this is quite an easy bracket, I'd say. Whereas the other team were in quite a difficult bracket, and they're also walking the league, but that's because I purposefully just stacked it for Spark.
Yeah.
Because I wanted, at the time, I thought, quite fancy a second ice team. Let's make it a Welsh one. Let's get them up. And now I'm going to have more ice teams than I know what to do with. Let's see, Bodo as well. This is, we're playing top tonight, and then 11th. We could sneak a playoff spot. Again, if we do, I'm kind of tempted to want to stay in Spark for the development, because otherwise I'm going to be looking to sell an absolute bucket load of limited players, and I don't need that in my life when they're going for like £1.50 each. Clever Like Kites, and this is another Welsh team, so I love them. We have had 2 really bad results here against good teams. Georgetown Pearl's about kind of similar standard to us, even though they're 8 points back. And this was, it's second place. They're pretty much like early Stone standard. We were 0-0 with them and holding our own. Disallowed goal for us, and I was like, oh no, we nearly snuck that. And then 3 goals past the 80th minute. I was pretty devastated. But still an outside chance of getting 3rd. I'd take it, but only if my other Welsh team gets promoted to Iron. I've got this Stone team that I acquired a few seasons back. League position looks terrible. That's because I've been resting players against the big teams ready for these next 2 games to guarantee survival. I just chuck spare rare players into this, like freshly tier broke, not exciting players, that sort of thing, plus a few loans, and some of my favourite uncommons that I'm trying to push up with training benefits from playing with slightly better players. Like this guy, for instance, I love him. It's like 75 centre back, pacey, 6'2". Can't argue. And then here's the first of my really big surprises. Is one of the Welsh guys from Tony Pandy. Love it. We were second, and I thought, oh well, you know what, playoffs incoming. And then we played Who's Your Army there last night and won 1-0, and we're now ahead by 2 goals on goal difference. Very tough run in against 3rd, and then easier game against 7th. But if I could get another Iron team, I'd be very, very happy. Mainly because, in terms of lines of progression, my idea was to have bronze, 2 stone, 1 being good, 1 being pretty rubbish. And I like maintaining like a level of, like a ladder of progression. And with my bronze team,
oh wow,
out of nowhere, We were predicted 5th, and I think that was a pretty generous prediction because our best 2 players in there are not the best. Like this is a right mid, great passing, good dribbling, but terrible pace. God knows how he's an 85 rated, but it pumps up the average when it comes to these prediction websites. And it's the same with this player here, who's a centre mid. I use him as an 84 rated cam in a 4-1-2-1-2 wide because, again, that passing and dribbling is great. But 86, it's not a true rating of how good I think he is. I think he plays more like a good 83, 84. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it boosts the rating. It meant that our prediction was a lot higher than I thought it should be. But then, as you can see, apart from the draw last night with our greens, it's just been a run out of absolutely nowhere. Scoring loads of goals, conceding a fair few. And, yeah, we've got a game against 9th tonight where a win sees us into silver. Which I'm kind of terrified by because I'm one of these guys that likes to try and be as self-sustainable as possible. And just run like an agency where I can promote players from below and bring them up. So silver is very much a daunting prospect of, well, you're going to have to spend some money or just get relegated for a season. So I'm panic thinking if this win does happen tonight, then I'm just kind of formulating lots and lots of different plans about how to move forward with this team. But I do, at the same time, I love the journey, the fact that we are on the cusp of going to silver when I was battling in stone only a few seasons ago with them. As you can see down here.
Yeah, very nice.
That's impressive, that.
It's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not the worst situation to be in, but it's still a thinker. So yeah. Anyway, I'll stop sharing that now. Thank you for entertaining me.
It's cool. I'd noticed you have more Welsh clubs than others. I presume those are your, like you said, they're your favourites. Is that?
Wherever there are like multiple clubs in the same bracket or the same division, I'll always prioritise the Welsh team because, you know, even though I don't sound it, I am Welsh. So yeah.
Fair enough.
I did reach out to you yesterday and ask if you'd sell me your Welsh team, didn't I? And you were like, no.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I did find that quite funny. No, I'm good, thanks.
I did the same thing with Trust. It's like, Trust, you selling any of those Philly teams? He was like, no.
No. I don't know why, but for some reason on MFL, Welsh teams have like quite the like premium. So yeah. Whenever I can pick them up, I'm happy.
I was going to say,
I keep laughing at Root because it's like...
I know. It's a nightmare.
It's really funny because one of us will start talking and then 3 seconds later you come out with something that we would just finish talking about. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I love it.
I was just going to say, if I can just try and get this out, if nobody speaks, let's just see how we go. The only reason I reached out is because the guy that's got the Nashville license, one of the guys, he's from that place. And I was like, look, if I can get you a license from that place, can I trade? And everyone I've reached out to speak to about it has gone, no, we're not giving up the license. I was like, fair enough. At least I've tried. Anyway. Do you want me to try and screen share?
Yeah, where's your face gone?
I turn the camera off because if I keep the camera off, my upload stays about 98%. If I put my camera on, it goes down to about 16.
Right.
But there's still a delay, but at least I can see you all perfectly.
Oh, we know.
If it gets too
Is there
much,
still a
I
delay?
can drop off.
No, it's funny. It's hilarious. I love it.
Fine. Let me try and screen share. Stop laughing, fuckwit. Can you see this or
Have
not?
you tried screen sharing?
Shut up.
Sorry.
What's that?
This will be the longest pod
Can you
ever
share
due
your
to the
screen?
fact of the fucking messing around. Shut up.
Just
I am, I
giving
can
it
say
a full Yes, I can hear you, Clem Fandango.
Right. I'm just going to do this fairly quick, to be fair. See how it pans out. Just let me go with it. Rum lads have got a chance of going third in the playoffs, so they're on quite good form. 2 games left, obviously, so they might sneak into third. Could technically get to second, but highly doubt it. But we'll see how they go. Bearing in mind they're predicted down here in 9th, and I don't really want them to go back up where they came from. So I'm not going to throw the games because that's not what I do. But we'll see how it pans out. The Bulls are massively overperforming, like hugely. So they are in a cup final, which didn't expect, and they're sat in third as well, and they were predicted quite far down. Again, they could obviously finish second, so we could get an easy route through the playoffs. Maybe, maybe not. Again, on a fairly good run of games. We've obviously had a loss there, but before that, pretty good run of games. So massively, massively overperforming. So I'm happy there. Panthers, I think, are... let's wait for it to load up. So again, they've got no chance of the playoffs. So I'm just going to play the guys getting the most progression in these games. Kind of dropped off in a few of the games as I went through. But again, big losses here, which is not ideal. But again, I don't want them to go up, so I'm quite happy with that. A bit like what you were saying, Kizmarlo, I literally have like the Flint teams, the Spark teams and the Ice teams to do the progression as it goes through. So that's the plan. And then Dockside are on the cusp of it. So pretty good form. We did obviously get an unfortunate draw here with Northside, which has cost us a little bit, but we are 1 point behind top. Chance of going up as champions, 100% into the playoffs. I'm playing full strength for the next 2 games to see what happens. If we get the playoffs, I'll work out rotation there. Hopefully Almo can drop a point. I mean, they have lost 3, we've only lost 2. So there is a chance, and we are playing the team rock bottom and the team obviously in 7th. So we've got a couple of good fixtures. I don't know who they've got. I'll have a quick look. It's just loading up. Trying to load up. Oh, here we go. I know. So they have got one of the same teams as me, and then Northside. So if Northside could take a point off them, like they took a point off me, that'd be quite helpful. But they have got a way better goal difference, so it probably won't matter that much. And then I have got these 2 teams down here. I think it's Eagles and Wolves. They're in cup finals as well. So I've got 2 of my Sparta teams in cup finals. I don't think any of these are close to promotion. Like I think the Gorillas were at one point, but I didn't necessarily throw the games. But I did rotate out just to deal with the progressing players rather than to deal with the players that were doing the best. So I just wanted to get the progressing players in there. So from all my lower teams, I just did that. How did that go? Was that all right? Did it work?
You forgot the One John challenge.
Oh, mate, you really want me to share the screen again?
But you also forgot the One John.
Okay,
Smooth as anything, mate. Yeah, really good.
Rod John challenge. We're second, and we're going to finish second. So we're in the playoffs. So I'm resting players for these 2 games because we can't finish first. So then we'll just attack the playoffs. And that's it now.
Not bad. Yeah, mate, that sounds really, really, really good. Yeah.
He's such a knobhead.
Brilliant.
The thing is, I can see from here that it's all actually looking okay-ish, and you guys are just taking the piss because it's absolutely clear when I don't have my camera on. So, whatever.
Well,
yeah.
Have we all?
Yes,
gone?
you're correct, Ru.
No, you haven't gone, Bruce. Shut up, Bruce. Shut up. Do you want to share your screen or not?
No, I won't shut up, Ru.
Oh, for God's sake. I'm not going to swear on the stream, I swear. I'm not going to do it. You're not going to force me into that.
Lovely. Right, okay. I'll run through as quickly as I can. I will start with Ron John. Where are we? Top of the league. Drawing on points with second. I think I could play my full strength side in both games. 4-3-3 down at this level isn't an issue, as you can see. It's only becomes a problem when you get up, but we're doing well. Lost a really random game here. These guys were like 8th and 9th when we played them, and I had my full strength team, and we still lost. Don't know why, don't know how that happened, but you know, whatever. We're still top. Hoping to maintain that. We then go to Yorkshire Tea and XP, who have, we're champions. It's done. It's over. Really annoying draw last night. As you can see, this all is formed, scoring a ton of goals, and then just ran, we're just going to draw. And it's really pissed me off because I wanted a perfect season, and I'm not going to get that now because just a random Sunday night decide, we're going to draw 2-2. But yeah, absolutely smashed it. We should get about 8,000 MFL, and I will put up a post in the Discord to enter for the raffle, for the snail race, to get the packs from the winnings from this. And then next season it'll go to Root, and we'll move to the completely new format with this team and how this works. But yeah, it's up in stone. It's done. Champions. Nice. Lovely. All finished. Newton Heath, we are battling for third. Fourth are really close to us, just a point behind us. I think our goal difference is obviously putting us in the driving seat, especially when we drew with them 1-1 last night. The problem is I've got one game left because 11-team league, so they could still catch us, which is slightly annoying. But all I can do is put myself in the best position and hope they slip up in one of their 2 games they've got. But we will see on that. Fortress have second half of the season, I don't know what's happened. We were top, we were clear, we looked as though we were running away with it, and then we've just lost, as you can see, just a little bit of inconsistency here, and it's especially these two, it was teams around us, which we really didn't need to lose, but yeah, we did. I think we'll still get promoted, we can still... We'll still finish in the playoffs, I reckon. It's just annoying because we were literally running away with this league, and then suddenly just out of nowhere, we just started losing a bunch of games. We are in the final. This is the only Aspirants Cup final that I made it to, and we're playing, one of Sid's teams. I think that's like a Flint team or something. I'm joking. It's actually a nice team, but it's obviously one of Sid's teams, so you know it's strong. So that should be a good game. That's one thing for me to look forward to tomorrow. Rossonero Mamba have completely turned it around after my early season 4-2-3-1 woes, changed it to 4-1-2-1-2, and completely switched it around. Our form, we still lost. This happened on Friday, and this is part of the shit that was annoying on Friday. We played top and hoping to close the gap. We lost 2-0. So title's out of the picture, but we're looking good for second. Thanks to the formation switch, so I'm really, really happy with that. Trust the process, Philly B. We are champions. It is done. It is over. And now it's just stat padding now, basically. Getting as many trophies, golden boots, playmaker awards, whatever. Trying to get as many for them for his players as I can as we close out the season. Totally easy season. This was exactly what it was supposed to be. This team is really, really strong, so it was fully expected. This is the one me and Trust like to have a little bit of a joke about because they're fucking drama queens, this team. They like to keep it dramatic. It's like they've got a team that... I mean, this team who are in second are keeping up with us. They've got a strong team. It's not like they're a weak team. But this team is also very strong. It's just they like to, keep us on our toes. We lost to Vittoria, but Austin also lost to Vittoria. And then last night we drew to Porto. Thankfully, we've got the bottom 2 left to play. We just win them. Goal difference, it's not even a question. Even if we don't, by some miracle if we don't, but I imagine it'll go down to the very last day because that's how this team likes to play. Even if we do end up in the playoffs, I cannot see us losing in the playoffs. So these guys should be a bronze team next season. Ricknild Rift have been up and down. They're not the super strong team. They were predicted like 8th or something. And after the mid-season tactic changes, things have started to look a lot better. As you saw, I drew with Solid Lad after getting beaten by him, and then drew with James as well after he beat me last season. So I did exactly what I wanted to do, which is take points off these guys. You are part of the community. I do love you guys, but if we're in the same league, I want to take points off you because it's funny. But yeah, so they're doing okay. We will then move to Clairvaux Castle, who are second. And this is another one where it's 11-team league in iron as well. Team above us have, a point advantage, and I think they're playing the bottom two for their last two games. So it looks as though we're going to come second, but that's not really so bad because if you look at the history of this team, every time we've gone up, we've finished second, like every single time, and won through in the playoffs. So as long as that carries on, this should be a bronze team next season. Though it's annoying because I feel like I deserve the title with this team. We have played absolutely phenomenal all season. We've got great goal difference, great defensive record. And it's just, a couple of results. This one here, we were playing Air Japes, and it was a game I really could have done with winning, but we drew. So, it's just annoying. I think we'll go up, but I just wish it was as champions because I think the team deserves it. And then we come to Black Mamba, who have now dropped down to third. And as you can see, since the mid-season break, we've just gone really inconsistent, and it's pissing me off. Like, this is a good result against Rotterdam because even though they're not doing well, I think these are the third strongest team in the league. They were just in bad form. We got a draw. Super strong team. We got a draw. I was happy with that. We then played Rory, who was, right on our heels all the time. There was a bit of a tactical chess game. I saw him testing against the 4-3-3-D, so I started testing against a 4-1-2-1-2, and then we both just ended up playing 4-1-3-2 and cancelled each other out. Though I do think I was the better team in this game, but a draw was a fair result. We then played Sid, which 3-0 loss, fair enough. And then this game I want to highlight because this was on Friday, and I'd had mixed results all night. Important games that I'd lose or draw, and it was like, okay, if all that happens but Black Mamba win, cool, none of it matters. And then we go into this game, and I will show you because the highlights are important here. First minute, we go and get a red card, and this is how the red card happens as well. Keeper plays the ball to no one, centre back gets sent off, but that isn't all, because just keep watching. Because this is the same highlight. This is when I knew I was fucked. I just got a red card, and then this is the exact same highlight. So just watch how this plays out. They've got a free kick, direct free kick. They're not going to score. Of course they're not. That doesn't happen. Not on this engine. Of course they don't. No, keeper saves it. So now my left back's got it out here. He's carrying it. No pressure, no nothing. Go on, just pass it along. Pass it along to someone. That's cool. Oh, no, he gives it away to the right mid. And now they're in the attack. And then look at this. Oh, great. Penalty. 2 minutes gone. We've had a red card and a penalty. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, right, it's fucked. It's done. So wasn't the best Friday night for me at all. Last night as well, this is the main thing that is pissing me off about this season is the 4-1-3-2 and how OP it is. And it's OP because I can't beat it with a 4-3-3-D. No matter what I try, I can't beat it. And everyone keeps playing it against me. So it's really fucking frustrating, like kicks and dribbles, playoff rival here, and he got the 2-1 win, and it just never felt like I could do anything because it was 4-1-3-2, and there was just nothing I could do. And so tonight I play Scrubs team, who are down here in 6th. They are the second strongest team in this league, which isn't even that far away from Sid's. They've just had, a bad start to the season, lots of draws. But if I lose this game, I'm just fucking done. Because there's no point. Because as well, my last game of the season is against Fraj. And Fraj is just a tough opponent regardless. So it looks as though I can't see, even if I won the last 2 games by some miracle, Rory, who manages Lucky Cat at the minute, I can't see him losing his last 2 games. So I'm probably going to come 3rd or 4th. And I don't see myself going up if I come 3rd. My team's too weak for it. If we'd have finished 2nd, it'd have been cool. But what's silver lining is next season I will have an OP team, and the second silver lining is SR Monkey. From what I remember, he is coming up from the Bronze League, and I have really missed slapping David about this season. So staying in silver and him coming up to silver is going to be, one of the good things that I'm looking forward to, because I'm going to get to slap him about again, and I can't wait. So yeah, but yeah, I'm ready for the season to be done. Honestly, it's pissed me off this season. It's been a lot of hard work because of the formation I play. So yeah, frustrating. I'm just ready for it to end.
Thanks for that positivity. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, mate. Happy to deliver it.
I'm quite envious of David being slapped around by you, if I'm honest. That was the thing I took away from that whole section.
Well, what I was going to say is congrats on getting Trust's Philly team up, because I know that he was fuming about trying to get out of Iron with any of those 3 teams he's got. So
Yeah,
you delivered that, so well done.
I think he had a very similar. I think he had the same squad last season, but because he can't focus on it, he came like 4th and 3rd because he can't focus on the tactics. So yeah, just me getting him up, and plus the deal I've got with him and Ron John next season, and hopefully it'll continue. I'll be able to get at least one of his Philly teams up to gold, plat, I reckon.
It's just I got on board with Trust's kind of mission of getting out of Iron, because we were in the same league in Iron last season, me and his Norwich team, and I was trying to cheer him on, apart from the worry that he was going to take my spot. But beyond that, we did get chatting at the end of last season, and it was nice to kind of, I don't know, just talk to a bigger agent and just sound out some ideas and stuff whilst trying to support what he was doing. So yeah, I was just trying to put a positive spin on it, because if you wanted the season to end so quickly and what have you, then I just wanted to say good job on something.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's mainly because of Mamba. It's just that's why I want it to end. It's just pissing me off. It's annoying me. I'm overperforming. Like, to be projected 10th and to be sat in 3rd right now, I'm a whiny little bitch. I'm well aware of that. I've had an amazing season. I'm well aware of that. It's still not good enough for me.
It's just being able to sniff out that what could have been, isn't it? So
yeah.
Are you able to run like 5-4-1 flat or 5-3-2?
What, on Mamba?
Against a 4-1-3-2.
Well, the problem is I have no left mid. My only player I could play left mid is a centre mid who goes down to 77.
It'll be fine. Is his stats on his card as they look? Do they look good enough to play left mid?
Well, when I've been practicing because I played the 4-1-3-2 against Rory, and we matched up, and in the 4-1-3-2, he looked great.
Then
as a left mid. Yeah, the problem with it is I don't have a right wing back as well, so I'll have 2 out of position players. I have considered it.
Same idea again. If you've got someone who, on stats, as they are, would do well as a wing back, a right wing back, you'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah.
We've got a right back in Silver who, as a right mid, makes a lot of sense stat-wise, but he can't play there. He can. And he's often the best player. He can.
Yeah.
4-1-3-2. I can beat it in other form. All my other teams, I have no problem with a 4-1-3-2. It's 4-3-3-D against a 4-1-3-2. It's
4-2-2 is quite good against a 4-1-3-2 sometimes.
Is it?
Yeah.
4-4-2 as well.
Yeah, 4-4-2 is pretty solid against it.
I wish I could play. I'll play 4-4-2 next season.
You can play 4-4-2
Well, that's why I switched to. Yeah.
You could. You just said you haven't got a left mid. You do. Trust me, you do. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I found
it, but I advocate you'll be fine.
Okay.
My 4-1-3-2 was easily the best formation for my bronze team, and I was running it, and I was thinking, oh, this is great. And then every time I came up against 4-4-2, I just get hammered. And I was just like, right, okay, so I need to logically think, like in real life football terms, I need to have some space around to try and break up those centre mids. So I switched to 4-1-2-1-2, and it's less effective defensively and what have you, but it scores more goals, which was the biggest issue. So yeah, I really like 4-1-3-2, and I will always back someone when they say it's overpowered and what have you. But it does. There are some logical ways to try and break it down.
Yeah.
Have you been running your 4-3-3-D on the experimental engine, Bruce, for next season?
You know what's really weird? I've been running my season. What season are we in? 12. My season 11 tactics, which don't work at all on this engine, and I've been running them on the experimental, and they're working which I don't get because this engine is like next season's engine is supposed to be closer to season 12, but my season 11 tactics are working on it. I'm just, yeah. I've been tested. Like I said, on Mamba, I'm not running that. I've got two big agencies to pick players from, so I'm gonna pick some that's fucking OP. Smash everyone, I don't care. Make up for this season. I'm sick of Sid beating me to league titles, so I need to get a league title. I ain't had one for 2 seasons, thanks to Sid. So.
Right, I guess we're on to topic of the week, which I don't think we really had much for a topic of the week. It's a bit of a strange part of the season to do a topic of the week, I think. So I think just the things I jotted down were the MFL updates they'd put out. So one around, obviously, the engine and getting double rewards on the feedback centre, but I don't really think there's anything to discuss there. It sounds like they've been teasing out the new UI, and it does sound like it's going to be a few weeks away. So I'm wondering if they are going to tie some of that in with the season 13, because you wouldn't say a few weeks if it wasn't going to be trying to be ready for then, I guess. You'd probably be going a few months, wouldn't you, if it was going to be season 14.
Well, I noticed the new text
Fuck's
stuff
sake.
on the sidebar. That's the first thing I noticed. So I'm guessing
You're
they
about
are
to be a
going to
prick,
roll out some of the
aren't
minor stuff.
Sorry.
Keeps interrupting Kiz. He just keeps interrupting. Every time Kiz is talking, he just interrupts him.
Rude. It's so.
Is it
I've been so close to muting him.
I can't believe you raised your hand.
I did. I thought, you know what? I'm going to let you know so you don't talk over one of us. But still, you did it anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Mate, I do it anyway,
I didn't actually
no matter
hear
what.
what you were discussing because Root was being really right. Just hang on, there we go. So Root's now been muted, so he can't talk over us again. So, Kiz, please reiterate what you said because I actually couldn't hear you.
No, all I was saying is on the sidebar on the MFL site, when you hover over the icons now, you've got the rolling text for each icon. So I'm assuming that's the very start of UI stuff coming in.
Oh.
I look like I've just absolutely blown Bruce's mind.
I hadn't noticed
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it just, I mean, I know it's hardly a massive thing, but to me it kind of just screamed that they are looking to release some of it for next season at least.
I think they're going to be lining all these things up. I know we've had little mentions of they're going to do something for the World Cup. I think they're going to do a big drive around the World Cup and try and do something to grow the user base further. So if they're going to do that, you want to get your UI absolutely on point, and they're all about doing it. Start getting bits of it out, and I think they're going to really do a lot of things like polishing it up, like the white paper getting a polish. I know you're going to come onto it, Root, but the MFL guide that they announced about how they're doing that, it all ties into me that they're going to do a big marketing push, because it's exactly, if you were doing a marketing campaign across your business, you do this, you get all your ducks in a row first, and then you push it big time. I just feel like something's in the offing for the World Cup, and they're getting everything ready for it.
Can we talk about that? Because there was a...
Go on,
There was a
sorry.
conversation. There was a conversation.
Go on. No. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I think, have you just stubbed your toe or something? Like, what the fuck?
Getting frustrated.
Just wait until Bruce starts talking and just shout the word fuck. It's just brilliant.
Okay, can I talk now, Root?
Yes.
Right, good. Okay, so there was a chat about it briefly in the Discord today about what do we think they're going to do for the World Cup? Like, have we got speculation? Have we, what do we think they're going to do? 'Cause I know they talked about it as well on the Good, the Bad, the Ugly. I want to know what you guys think. Because they are, like you said, they seem to be lining up for a big marketing push using the World Cup. What do we think is going to be the event or whatever? Or any thoughts on that, boys?
I almost had it in my head like Holiday Heroes vibe. We had AI teams or I don't know. not Holiday Heroes. That wasn't AI teams. What was the
Gold
one
Rush.
where we Gold Rush?
Gold Rush.
I've got AI in my hand. If they want to do something that's inclusive for everyone, you'd have to do loads of different things. That's the only way I can see that, because they've already got a precedent where you go up against a certain strength of opponent based on your team, and if it's nation based, I don't know. Because every variation that people have been putting forward, like Kev was putting some really interesting suggestions across during the Good, the Bad, the Ugly last week about how they could do it, but sort of talking about, I don't know, there being X number of teams that are World Cup teams, nations, and you draft from a pool of players from the top 3 divisions. So I don't know, Diamond, Plat, and Gold have their own stand-away thing, and that you can reward managers. But it just seems really convoluted. It could get really messy. Not every nation's represented in MFL at the moment. So I don't know. It's, to me, it's got to be something quite broad that allows managers from all areas of the divisions and stuff to join in. Because if they did, like they did something for the Euros back when they first did it, and Jimbo's ill-fated managerial debut as England manager and stuff, but that's quite limiting, because there's only going to be a certain number of international teams and only a certain number of managers taking part. And even now with Diamond, some managers don't follow it because they don't care, because they're not involved in it, whereas others follow it. So I don't know. You don't want to... It's this idea of getting more people in, getting a really good experience of MFL, getting your hands on something. So things where, like Holiday Heroes, where you get tickets and you've got the wheel, and lots of things like that I feel are all going to be intertwined. All the best bits of all the things they've tried is these big community, big ideas. I think they're going to do a hybrid of lots of different bits. That's my vibe. That seems the most realistic, unless they've got a completely radically new process that they're looking to implement for the World Cup. But yeah, they couldn't mirror it and do a World Cup.
No.
I'm sure it's copyrighted and stuff, the term World Cup and stuff like that.
Well, there's that, and there aren't all the nations in the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they can't change that overnight.
It's like I was saying last night, if they mirrored... I think it's a bad idea if they tried to mirror the World Cup, because then they'll bring in Curacao, you know? And it's like, what's the fucking point? Like, in bringing in a Curacao team, because... You know, no offense to anybody watching the pod from Curacao, but they're probably going to get battered. They're probably going to go out, and we're probably never going to see them in the World Cup ever again. So there'd be no point bringing in a team to represent. They'd have to do it with their own nations within
It'd be
the
same
game.
with like minting more Scottish players. It'd be the same sort of vibe. That was for you, Kev. Love you. But yeah, I'm curious to what other people's ideas could be around this, because I mean, do you think MFL themselves truly know yet precisely what they're going to do, or are they sort of still working conceptually on drawing ideas together, because they've got time to test things from now until then to make sure it works? Because the last thing you want to do is a massive campaign, push, get all these new users in, and your big event falls a bit flat. You've got to get it right.
Sorry, Kiz, go.
No, you carry on.
I was to answer your question. I think they have to have. They have to have. Like, they can't be 6-7 weeks away from the World Cup and be like, oh, we still don't know what we're doing, because that won't be very smart. And they strike me as smart people. So I think they've probably got an idea. They're just not saying anything. They're probably itching every time they hear us talking about it on the pod. Ooh, I can't wait to tell them. But yeah, I'd imagine they've got a plan in place of what's going to happen, especially tying in with what you said about the marketing push. They'll have to have had that already planned. And so, yeah, I reckon they will. They already know.
Yeah, my theory on it all is that there would be some sort of kind of gateway to having it executed as a plan. So if they were going to replicate a World Cup, then I think we would have seen 2 to 3 seasons ago players from certain nationalities being minted and what have you. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, they'll probably want to do something big to mirror the World Cup. Whether they can with licensing or not is a different thing. But realistically, I think what we should expect is very much similar to Gold Rush, but with nationalities rather than communities, and maybe nationality tied prizes for a wheel or something. It will be something like that.
Yeah, I like that idea. I don't mind. I loved Gold Rush. I think everyone loved Gold Rush. Gold Rush was a lot of fun. So they won't go wrong doing that again. I don't think.
Yeah, alliances tied to which nation do you want to represent?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah, because it doesn't matter like how many they'll because they did it previously with Gold Rush. It was like each what were we called? The different groups.
Yorkshire Tea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that we're called, but the different groups in there and stuff. The prize sort of thing was related to the size of your group, so the same thing could apply with all fan following and stuff. You could do a similar-ish thing.
Because you'd have like me and about 20 others from Wales just crushing the refresh button and seeing if we can win the whole thing.
Yeah.
I do think they need to announce these things earlier. So I do think, because obviously a lot of these things have MFL, so I think the Gold Rush type thing with the alliances was amazing. So I think doing something like that's a no-brainer, but it'd be good if they did multiple things. So where now they do obviously the entries that they do with your MFL so you can win the prizes. I think they need to do that as well. But I do think they kind of need to give a heads up earlier, because the thing that is very difficult when rewards day comes round, which is on sort of like Thursday, is you have no idea of how much to hold back. And even if it's not this season, it's the end of next season, it's quite easy to spend that on various different things, whether that's packs or whatever. And I'd just like an indication of what it might be to say, there's going to run this and your entry's likely to be, circa this amount to this amount and so on. Because then you just can plan a little bit. And I think, we all try and take care of our MFL that we win as much as possible. And I just think having a bit of a future sight of it, well, some of us do, Bruce. I can see your face.
No. The face was because we wouldn't need an MFL for Gold Rush.
No, but for the competitions, if there's competitions.
Just don't spend all your fucking MFL. You don't need to plan. Just don't spend it all.
Well, in defence as well, in terms of planning like a season in advance for these flash tourneys, for instance, there is nothing more frustrating than having like a Spark team that is purposefully capped at 64, but you've signed some 68 rated centre back that's about to retire next season to it just because he helps bump the average up for training or something like that. That's your logic, whatever. And then end of the season they announce flash tourneys max 64 for the whole squad, and you're like,
fuck.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I'll enter into the 68 then and get battered first round every time. Don't mind me.
This is something we have gone back to MFL on, even when we hosted the stuff before as communities, and said, look, it needs to be the 11. Like, it can't be the squad. And I think it's probably just as easy for them either way that they set it up. It's just about being clear. And I agree with you. It has to be on the 11. It just has to be. It can't be on the squad, because I think it then would get more people involved in it as well, because it's quite easy then to go, actually, this team has got some sort of like 65 plus in it, but you know what, I'll just play a 58 in there or whatever, just a 62 in there just to make it fit, and you'd enter more. And I know I certainly would, because it's very much that. And I know people are taking players in and out. You can't really do that unless it's an off season, because when it's an off season, obviously you've got unlimited transfers, fine, but when it's not an off season, impossible. So yeah, I agree with you that, and I'm pretty sure we did feed that back as in our content creator group type thing for everybody else, sort of like listening to say that really as much as possible it needs to be the XI, not the squad. The squad's irrelevant. It's the players that go on the pitch that count in terms of those competitions, certainly.
Yeah.
Well, there's also, you touched on it, Mr. K, in terms of the white paper. It sounds like they're going to replace it entirely with something that's clearer and more beginner friendly. So I wonder if that's some of what we already saw, where we noticed those graphics last time, where obviously AI's made some graphics, and I wonder if they're going to go more towards graphical information than purely text, and if the text will just underpin that for those of us that like to get into the detail. Yes, sir, would you like to ask a question or say a statement?
Yeah, I was just going to say, they introduced that sort of onboarding sort of tasks checklist for new users and stuff. They get MFL and they get a pack and they do that sort of stuff. I mean, in an ideal way, you want to get people to go through the information in MFL Guide, the white paper. You want people to go through it so they do understand what they're getting themselves in for. At the same time, not overwhelm a new user. in terms of when they'd first get on site and if they're sort of browsing and trying to work out if they want to get involved and then suddenly presented with a shit ton of information. It's like, whoa, yeah, too much for me. Alongside all these other bits, you want to make it as frictionless as possible. But I don't know what the current onboarding checklist pertains to, and I've only seen it briefly once, and I managed to get myself about 400 MFL before it got removed for me. Yeah, you'd tie it into something like that. It's just, as you were saying, though, Rue, it's just clearer. Whatever the white paper, I don't think is bad, but I'm willing to sit there and read it. Not everyone is. Just make it really digestible, and I think those visuals they've started implementing into the white paper are really good. But you start showing people graphs on people's prime ages and stuff, they're just going to go, yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. Because I think there's many a player now who's actively playing the game that look at the graphs and still go, okay, next. Because it's just like they haven't got the bandwidth to have engage with it. So yeah, anything they can do to build more awareness about how the game works and make it really easy to onboard people, yes, because they must have metrics to see what the sign up. Like you do with Google Analytics, you can see like your website traffic and how long people are staying on the page for and how long they're engaging for. But new users in particular, they've got to have that data somewhere. So yeah, hopefully it's all going to aid things moving forward, growing the user base, because we do need to keep growing it over time to make them more and more sustainable.
Yeah.
The last thing then on the weekly updates that I want to kind of pick up on.
I love this awkward pause of dead air.
I'm just trying to my best.
I just needed
not
to start
talk
talking.
over it.
Fuck!
I can always rely on you two to give me a smile. So that was good. I'm just trying my best to like keep it on. It's not easy, but I will be dipping off in a bit and you guys can take it the rest of the way home. But I appreciate the patience and the fuckery that you've given me right now. So I knew I was in for some stick through this episode. Last bit on the weekly, on the topic of the week. I wouldn't mind your take on this, Kiz, if that's all right. It's the continued work on the quick selling and the training. So we talked about this, I think it was on the last pod, quite a bit in detail around the quick selling and our thoughts around the differing options of which way it might work. And you don't need to recall that, really. And then obviously the training. I just wondered what your take is on those sort of like things that are going to come up and what you think about them.
I am worried about training as an idea. I think, don't get me wrong, I like the idea of increasing immersion and your connection to players and what you want to do with them. But I think, to kind of hark back to what I was saying about the competitions, the flash tourneys and what have you, this community has shown very, very quickly that if there's a loophole to be found, they'll use it. And with training, especially when you're when you're affecting the quality of your owned players that generate value, and if you can find a way of tweaking a desirable stat like pace, you're going to get people doing that, and then in turn that's going to affect the meta of how tactics are played. I just think it opens everything up for like some weirdness. I think that therefore, with active players signed to teams and things in terms of training for your clubs, I don't think it's that great an idea. I really like the idea of opening it up as a mode within the dev center, and being able to mold players that way, because then at least, even if you're putting usable players in there, the cost to put them in the dev center is so high that I think you should be rewarded with being able to mold them how you like. But a common, for instance, going into the dev center for 4 seasons, if you could say, actually just train your defence, you're centre back with 30 defending, if you can get up to 40, 45, you might be usable in my Flint team when you come out, that sort of thing. I'm okay with it. Same with the quick selling. I think it's needed, unless they do some sort of massive rejig of the pyramid system, because I think anything under 50 rated overall is generally pretty useless. So unless they've got a massive rehaul of the system going in place, then the idea of burning cards, I don't like the idea of it being for MFL though, because I think you're just going to get people recycling agencies. I quite liked, I saw it somewhere on the main MFL Discord, I think, someone suggested the idea that instead of the return being MFL, you get tickets for a wheel, which would then give you like dev centre passes, that sort of thing. I much prefer that for burning than direct MFL returns.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from there, because there's a monetary value attributed to every piece of MFL, and if you got people with hoovering up all those players for not 0.01, and they've got them all stuck in the back of the edges and they just burn them all. We said this before, didn't we? Like, concerns about how much you might be able to get from that. Like, they've got to balance the economics quite nicely, because suddenly if there's a massive influx of MFL into the system, it has a ripple effect as to, well, how many packs get bought with it. Therefore, the average price per pack drops because everyone's competing to race to the bottom, or people open a load more packs, and there's lots of like ins and outs of that they need to be careful with, because inevitably, what's going to get burned predominantly is a large percentage of the ecosystem of players that aren't actually playing, as you've already said, Kiz. They're not taking part actively in the game system anyway, so it won't impact the ecosystem. But yeah, I like the idea. What you were saying, I like the dev center idea. I think that's a nice take on that. I like that. I like that take on that, because it's the highest rarity you can put in there is rare, and it costs a ton. I checked for that 16-year-old I had that time, didn't I? It was like 80 to 90,000 MFL to put him in for 4 seasons. Yeah, it's fair enough, given the sort of play caliber. It's just bonkers. I know Bob's put a few players in, like rare players in the dev jail, because he can. So you think, why not? Because then they're more serviceable than me. So it depends on where you're at. But the wheel spins ideas sounds quite fun. Especially if they update it somewhat seasonally for things.
And make it a real wheel, not that fake shit that they've got that just looks like a wheel. Because that's not a fucking wheel. It's fake.
Round.
It was round, that was it. That was as close as it got to a wheel. That wasn't a real wheel. It was bullshit.
You want a real wheel? Any thoughts, Root?
No thoughts on what I gave last week. I love the progression idea. If we can feed that back in there somehow, obviously, I think MFL watch this back. Take note of that, because that's a quality idea from Kiz there. So, yeah, I do believe someone at MFL or whatever does listen to this or watch these back, so it'd be quite good. Cool. What we're going to do is going to change things up a little bit. So, going to do the spin wheel that was planned to do at this time. Probably then do player progression. I'm then going to dip off, and then I'll let you guys take home the tactics corner and the questions, if that's okay.
Can I just point out Root's dipping off because Root didn't do his fucking homework this week, so that's why he's switching stuff around. So you guys don't think he hasn't done his homework, but I'm just letting you know he didn't do his homework.
I just want to point something out for Tactics Corner as well, because we haven't thought about this very well. It's going to come out. This is coming out on Tuesday. Someone is going to get this feedback for one game. Just putting it out there.
Maybe that's the difference. Maybe that's
just putting it out there.
Also putting it out there, there's the whole thing with the club is that they're fighting for the playoffs, right? So there might be playoffs.
Yeah, they can use it for the playoffs, maybe.
Oh, there we go. I haven't done my homework either. I've been really busy, so I just do what I usually do and just wing it.
So, anyway, yes, I haven't done my homework, but the reason I'm dipping off is because we are a day behind our plan, and I wasn't going to attend anyway, and now I've got to attend. So actually, a little bit of me is better than nothing, is the way I. That sounds wrong, actually.
That's what your missus says.
Yeah, I know that's. I knew that's where that was going. It's too late. I was committed. I was committed anyway. I dread leaving the pod to what I'm going to have to come back to when I watch the rest of it tomorrow once you've uploaded it.
It's going to go really smooth the rest of the pod, because we're not going to interrupt each other every 2 minutes.
One second, what? Plug it into the one behind the telly. Sorry, guys. This is. Do you know the thing that's funny? I always try and be the most prompt, agenda, whatever, and I'm just a mess, aren't I? So anyway, right. Stop it.
Where's the charger?
Stop it. I don't want to know what she's charging. Right. Spin wheel. This is for the GeoGuessr. So out of nowhere, Hammers has decided to do some GeoGuessing, and then me being me, few Coronas around the pool, decided let's just start giving away packs every time we do one. And then I didn't think about it until after the fact. I realised there's 52 weeks in a year, and if I've got to give away a common player every week, that's going to be quite costly. But I'm in it now, so we're in it.
Lie in it. Yeah, you've made your bed, lie in it.
I've got no choice, mate. So I'll do it. It's the way it is. So anyway, Jimbo won, but he delegated down to the next 3 people. I did have the thing that you've got to be in the Discord to do it. Simple as that. And you've got to be on the leaderboard. They were the 2 requirements. So these were the 3 people that fulfilled that. That's what I'll say. I'm not going to confirm they were actually the next 3. Go on.
Can I just say, is this fair that Dan LFC is in there, Mr. Google Boy? Like, is it fair that he's in there to win this when he's just using? So, should we give it to Google? Should we give the common pack to Google if Dan wins?
Well, we'll shuffle it. If Dan wins, we'll decide at that point whether we go again. Who wants? Kiz, even though you're on the board, pick a number and I'll shuffle by that number. Let's not be silly as well.
Sorry, just any number, is it?
Ideally, something not 175,000 would be good.
Well, 170. No, just go with 7, please.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's see what happens. So this is a common player. It's even got our colours on there. It's pretty good, isn't it?
That really shuffled that, didn't it? I really saw that shuffle quite a lot.
Nothing moved. Nothing's moving for us. We don't know what's going on.
Can you not see that? Right, fair enough. It shuffles in the list on the right-hand side.
Yay.
He does shuffle the list.
Hey!
Well done, Ricky.
Well done, Ricky.
Well done.
Well done.
Ricky wins. Yeah, it shuffles in my list. I don't know why you couldn't see it. Whatever. I'm not bothered. So, right, against the agenda, we're going to go player progression next. I've got around about 10 minutes, and then I need to dip out.
Well, before we move on, we need to go over the mental image that you generated for everyone, how you were having a couple of beers behind the back of the pool. Did people know you were watching them?
Do you know what? Now you've mentioned this, actually.
You can see the glare off the binoculars.
The glare off the binoculars. You know, I don't want to call Hammers out here, but you know the one he did for us on the GeoGuessr for the 3 of us? How come almost,
for the Yorkshire
I think three of the 5 locations were near schools?
We're all around Leeds.
Notice that.
Oh, were they around school? I noticed they were all near Leeds.
Yeah, they were all near Leeds. Yeah, I noticed that as well, but... Yeah.
That is Yorkshire, isn't it?
Hammers out.
Basically, yeah. I like how Root was very immediately able to identify all places were near a school. Like, immediately.
Don't turn this back on me. That did not work very well, did it?
Predatory.
I did say to Hammers, like, it was a shit show. None of them were East Yorkshire at all. I was not.
Yeah, it was all Leeds.
Yeah. There was one in South Yorkshire. The rest were all West Yorkshire. It was literally within 20 miles of where I live.
Yeah.
The first one.
I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
I don't know where that is, but there's Pelican Crossing.
I literally loaded it up. It was a random country road, and I went, I know where that is. I learned to drive on that road next to my college. Went round the corner and went, oh yeah, it's exactly where I thought it was, and I could drop it basically smack bang where it was. And the next 2 or 3 were the same. So I was just like, well, this is easy. Anywho, player progression?
Player progression. I'm going to go first, which, just so I have done mine. I only want to show Hursty. I can see what you're trying to do here. What are you clicking about at? Right, here we go. Right. Hursty is on... I know, don't. Is smashing it still. He's on a +6, I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
What's going
6.
on over there? Your camera's off, and you keep telling people to leave me alone and stop doing that. What's going on over there?
I can't confirm what's happening right now.
I see you.
Anyway, love this guy. Third season in Dev Centre. He's absolutely flying. He's the one. This is the guy. He's going all the way. He's not going to do like the other ones did. I've just got a good feeling. He's going to go up and up and up. He's getting stats everywhere I need him to get stats. Yeah, You know, obviously he could get a bit more pace, physical, but for a central defender, yeah, he's only 5'10", but I'm not that worried. Left footer as well. I love a left-footed left centre back, so I'm proper happy with that. So he's the one that I want to show for mine. And then in my agency, I'll just do a quick recap on the current season. So this is the season of where obviously everybody that's sort of like gone up. Lots of 3s and 2s. I would say very good chunk of the agency has got some sort of progression. Nothing really as high as like you normally would. Ignore this guy that's a 5. That's a purchase I've just recently made. But these 3s are not too bad. This guy was quite a surprise. He was not really doing anything. He wasn't playing that much. And then I literally played him 2 games back to back. And all of a sudden, it just shows what we often say about game time is so important. Played him back to back and he went up a +2 in like a week. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I wish I'd have been playing you more instead of just the 7 games you've had this season or whatever. But and then I think Haaland, Haaland player, he's doing really well. I literally picked this guy up at the start of the season for $28 purely because I needed someone that could cover CDM and CM in that league. And he's just playing so well. He'll be the starter in that team at centre mid if we don't go off. If we go up, then who knows what's going to happen. So that's the only guy I wanted to show. I'll let you guys go, and then there are a couple of links for those in the community. I do need to drop off pretty much in 4 minutes. So I'll try and stay for you guys showing some, and then I'll let you take the rest of the pod home, whichever one wants to lead. Thanks for the patience with it. I know it's been a pain in the ass. Thanks for winding me up. And it's also been lovely to meet you, Kiz. And sorry, I do need to dip out, but we do have plans. So
yeah, nice. I'll just start
really
talking
good
and
to
then
put
I'll
a
come
face
back.
to a name and meet you for a while.
I think this should become the new feature for the pod. You need to be on a 2 to 3 second delay every pod now moving forward. It's great.
Oh, I love it.
Do you know what? My camera won't even stay on.
Jesus Christ. Before you go then, do you want to show the community ones before we move? Because then you can just run off. So you show the community ones.
Okay.
Cool.
Fucking hell.
Are you doing that on purpose, Kiz? Or are you actually muted? All right.
My camera won't stay off.
Hacker's dream.
It's ridiculous. Right.
So if you show the community ones...
Yes. Whatever. This is the one that came in from Hoodwink.
I think we need a new host.
Oh, nice.
Oh, God.
Nice. What's that? +4? No, +3. Nice.
And this is Harmonica's one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in 17 games that he wanted us to show. Look at those, all those straight up greens as well. So that's pretty cool. Very, very nice. Right. Stop sharing my screen. Stop fucking about.
Love it.
Thanks for putting my camera on. I don't even know what's going on with the camera, but fuck it. I swear to God, Kiz, I swear to God.
Oh my God. Sorry for anyone who is listening to this and not viewing, because this is hilarious.
Anyone listening, not viewing, is completely missing out.
Yeah, they have no idea what's going on. It's hilarious. Oh.
Well,
Right.
Whenever you
boys.
need to go, mate, don't worry about it. We'll keep the pod going from there.
I'm going to go
Right,
now,
boys.
so...
Okay. Have a good night, mate.
Pleasure to meet you.
See you later. Peace out, guys. See you later.
See you later.
See you later, mate.
Bye.
Oh.
See you, mate. Yeah. See you soon. Yeah. Oh.
You know, the
Poor
best
guy.
bit is about that with this camera is I'm able to control everyone's camera and mic, so I just kept turning it on and off.
Oh, it was you!
He
Oh,
didn't
that's
twig.
even
He
better.
didn't twig. He kept turning his camera off, and I turned it back on again.
Oh, that's even better. That's way better.
That's cruel.
Oh, right then.
Love it.
Kiz, would you like to kick us off with some player progression, mate? Do you want to take us through some of yours?
Yeah,
want to.
no worries. Bear with me. Let's make sure I get the right screen again.
Should be a lot smoother now, this now.
Yep.
I hope so.
Lot less there.
So I'm not gonna lie. I've just done this current season screen, just because the last week or so has obviously slowed down, and you don't follow my stuff as much as I follow yours. I got two that I wanted. Well, three actually that I was going to very quickly mention. One is this Vinogradov guy. I love him. I've mentioned him in Discords all around the community. He started off as 49 rated. He went absolutely wild, slowed down, announced his retirement, and now he's just gone like +3 in the last 4 days.
Oh,
I hate
his
him.
last. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's still got one more season, but he's only going to be able to play like one in every 2. So, the other one is this French striker. It's come out of nowhere, really. He was playing in Flint,
All right.
was doing all right, and they had this little jump just before mid-season. So I've moved him into that.
It's Tearbroke.
Yeah, so I moved him into that Rotogrund team that I talked through the kind of methodology of that one. I'm hoping I can get him to 58 before the end of the season because he's had a few bumps, like in shooting and defending in the last 24
quite
hours.
rounded for a striker as well. It's not like got one stat that's like leading the way. It's got a well balanced set of stats.
For that level, yeah.
Yeah, passing. Weirdly, strikers if the passing's really low, it can hold them back in their progression a little bit. But yeah, his shooting's now just above his overall. That's going to help. His physical's not far off. His pace is good. His dribbling's good for his rating. I think he'll tick on a little bit more easily.
Well, I hope so. Yeah, because if I can get him by the time he's like mid-20s, if he can get anywhere near uncommon tier break, then he'll be a very big contributor towards that MFL fund for that team. And the other one is the most exciting, really, for me, just because I've had a rejig lately on whether I should be excited about players based on age. I think 25 is still very young in MFL terms. I never used to. I used to think that they were washed up in a kind of football manager approach to life. I was like, 25? Nah, not bothered. Whereas I've seen so many players kick on at 28, 29 that I'm just like, you know what? For him to have the progression he's had in 2 seasons from 67, it's pretty linear as well. He's very, very fast. 6'1" centre back. I'm excited about him, so I wanted to show him off.
He looks a great player. Yeah. Multi-position as well, everywhere across the defence. That's ridiculously good.
Left-footed as well.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I just think he's one of those that I am more than happy to like start building teams around so that he has the best progression location. Because if a player with those stats gets up to high 70s overall by the time he's 28, then he's going to be phenomenal for like a 78 rated player, for instance. He's going to play like an 83 or something. So it's not much for like monetary return. It's just I want to try and guarantee that I've got players to step up and fill gaps, and he's definitely one of them. Anyway, I'll stop sharing then.
Very nice.
Yeah. Do you want to go next, Bruce? Because I'm going to do my player progression quickly, but I'll also go through recent transfers because I've made a few recently.
Yeah, sure. No problem. So I've only got a couple to show. The first one is obviously this guy who I've been tracking all season. Just showing last 24 hours. He didn't go up today, but he got +1 in 3 pretty important stats for a fullback, and he didn't go up, which is annoying. But he has tier broke, and I'm expecting if he's following the pattern, the last 2 games he'll get a plus. The last 2 days he'll get a +2. So he's looking really, really good. The other guy I wanted to show was this guy who I got in the pack drops stream with the Ramble at the start of the season, and they were all shit packs. I hated them; they were terrible. But I got this guy who was, a 21-year-old centre back who came in as a 79, and this season he's gone up to an 82. Unfortunately, you can't see it there. Where is it? Current season, 4 in defence, which is a bit annoying because it's turning him a little bit into a one-trick pony. But also, I'm not going to say no to the +3 in one season for a 21-year-old. Overall, I think, compared to last season, my progression's been pretty fucking good this season. I've really liked it. I've got quite a lot, and especially quite a few of my Legos have gone up +1. But yeah, it's obviously this guy I'm keeping an eye on because he could turn into something really good because he's that young. He probably needs more physical. I think he really needs to start going up in physical. But then, obviously, my star boy here, who tier broke, it was yesterday he tier broke. And so I'm expecting another 2 before the season comes out, and then he'll be on +30, which is insane considering he was a 37 overall. Let me just show his all, just to show what his stats. Wow. Look at those stats he's gone up. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Fucking loving it. But yeah. So that's really only who I wanted to show at the minute. But overall, I think progression's been great this season. Last season was dead, but this season's been really good.
Right then. Let's have a look. So, I'll come on to first and foremost transfers recently. I know this one got picked up in the Discord.
I saw it. That is a fucking buy. That man, Jesus.
Yeah. I've got a couple of packs that I'm going to send the owner as well because I didn't want to pay it all in cash in a lump sum, but picked him up going into next season. Old ID and he's 28. I know he's only 5'9", but I genuinely don't think it makes a massive difference in this engine. He's got that nice physical rating, but he's just well statted across the board. Idea is the shared silver ownership team were playing top of the league tonight because the 4-3-3-D has not been as successful this second half of the season. Have noticed a big drop-off. So we're playing them, and if we beat them, it's in our hands going to the last game of the season, and we're guaranteed second. So it's basically go boom or bust tonight. If we don't hit it, fine. We can rest in the last game going before playoffs. The worst outcome would be a draw because they're only a point or 2 in front of us. So then we have to put full strength squad out tomorrow. But we'll see. We're going for it tonight. So that was the first one. I don't know if I'm holding on to this guy because I like players like this when they've got a stat like that, because when they now get progression, they get max XP. There's only 5 attributes they can now put them into. So it's got certain part of the match progression XP will go to key stats for that position. The rest of it will go at random. Well, there's less. Now there's less for it to go at for the key stats for that role, and there's less for it to go at random progression. And the guy has not been a bad progressor over his career, too bad, and he's picking stats up in other areas now. So it's going to need to be the physical, really, a bit of passing and pace. But it was on a 6.5% contract in bronze, and I negotiated the price down. And one of my shared ownership managers is not able to make the purchase at the moment because of where he is in the world. So I was like, look, I'll do it, and then we can decide if you're going to pick him up later. So I might hold on to him, I might not. And then I did a bit of a bunch deal here. Just picked up just extra depth and strength. So I've got myself another Lego goalkeeper for higher up the league, seeing if he throws the retirement symbol next season, not into the world, and he would provide good strength and backup. I like this centre-back for the price as well. It came in at 75 in terms of general all-round stats. Fairly solid. Again, very old guy, but old ID. Good. Either if we do go to gold, we've got 2 quality left-backs because we've got my young one and I've got this guy. Last one was this guy that plays across the middle of the pitch, which CDM, no. Cam, yes. CM, yes. And there are not many of them, especially for the price I ended up paying. Because you just struggle to get hold of them. So yeah, happy with those. And this one, I've forgotten to throw it out, if I'm honest. I threw it out there as a bit of a chancer, and then it got accepted a little while later. But yeah, not like amazing progression. He's tier broke, basically, and then he started to pick up a bit of progression. But he's 86 at right mid and 85 at centre mid. And if you look at the stats for a centre mid,
he looks like, I was thinking he looks like a good centre mid.
Yeah, so it's just, again, strength in depth moving forward. So I've gone to progression now. Current season, I'll just change it around to this. So the guy that I was showing you last season that was picked up out of nowhere. He's gone +8 for the season now. So he started out at 49 rated last season, and the tier broke towards the back of the last season. He's just gone +8 this season, just absolutely motoring. This guy's really slowed up this season. He's still gone +4, but in terms of overall stats, it's not as common as it was. This young guy I put in the dev jail this year, even though he's 5'9", I chucked him in there, and he's gone +4, I think, for the season in dev jail. Yeah, +4. The right back we've been talking about, he's ticking along, because again, he hit that 99 defending, and then after that, all the other stats started filling out really nicely, helping his progression. 17-year-old right back went +1 again this morning. He's rounding out quite nicely.
17
seconds. Yeah.
Wow.
He started at 70 rated as a 16-year-old, and it wasn't until this year, but this season he's gone +3. He's just started picking up stats here and there, which is nice. I'm hoping that's not a very early prime age. I mean, in a way, not the end of the world, because if it was an early prime age and he gets to a really usable level, I've got a really good player, serviceable for a number of years. So, yeah, don't know on that one.
I think it'd be very, very unlucky for it to be that early a prime age, though. So.
Yeah.
It would. It'd be very unlikely. I'm just literally scanning down just to see, so I could just do that quick bit of maths to work out how many people have ended up with a +1 this year. I mean, what's that? 203 out of 581. So we're over 30, what, about 40%-ish? So 35 to 40% of the agency have got a +1 this year. So, yeah, that's not too bad at all. And obviously I'm still going to be thinning out the herd going into next and moving on a lot of clubs. And I think it will probably be one of the Spark clubs is going to be nominated to be a giveaway.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You're keeping Schlong Ball, right?
Pardon me?
You're keeping Schlong Ball, right?
No, I'm going to...
You're going to sell Schlong Ball?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, all of them going. I'm competing for the top. That's where I'm going.
Wow.
And I know you were sort of alluding to your arrangement going into next season. I think you've already spoken about it on this pod today. I've also been lining something up for next season myself, which not sure yet the ins and the outs, but I've been lining something up for next season to work with people near in some of these bigger agencies, punching their weight at the top and working in collaboration with them a bit more.
I mean, you don't have to answer. I'd assume Dia.
No.
Oh, not Dia, not even Dia. So fucking hell.
Dio and I haven't spoke about next season per se. I said I'm willing to keep helping, regardless if he does anything for me. I'm still happy to help him out and chats through stuff. I mean, he's having a phenomenal season in Diamond. Have you seen?
Yeah, second. Yeah,
he's second at the moment. And he's almost guaranteed now second place.
Yeah,
in Diamond. He's had a phenomenal season up there. But yeah, I'm not going to walk away from helping him out with stuff. I'm just not going to expect to load anything massively in return. But yeah, going to have to have a think about that one, because I know we've all been on a bit of content recently, especially you and I, Bruce, where we're sort of like had people near the top sort of saying, "Can you stop giving away everything?"
Yeah.
So I need to have a think about that one in terms of if you're going to work in collaboration with, how much can you give away?
Yeah.
Sort of vibe. I need to think about that more carefully. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the end of the season, see what the pack rewards are, because I'm probably going to need to decide if I want to go for a Lego pack again or not.
You didn't go for one last season, though, did you?
I didn't have quite enough.
But you will this season.
Yeah.
I think you've got to, mate. Just for the vibes, mate.
Because
just do it.
There's a couple of packs I need to send on to the previous owner of that striker. I got that 90 rate striker as part of the deal, because it's just a nice, easy buffer. And then I should still have enough in the bank to get one. But I suppose I'll do what I did last year and have a look at the agency, MFL wallet, and see what they've got before I jump the gun.
I swear, as soon as I make 250k MFL in a season, I'm buying that 85 to 89 pack. Just, it's the stupid thing to do. It's the stupid thing to do. But the DGen in me's like, do it. Come on, open a Lego pack.
Instant 17-year-old Lego, what?
Yeah. With my puck club, no.
I got a 19-year-old last season, so I suppose you should really be aiming for, what, 16, 17, 18? Need to do better than last year. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, what else did we have left in the
Tactics
agenda
Corner
this week? Yes, Tactics Corner. So this week's for Tactics Corner, we had Ricky Hyde, who had his club Diamond Geezers of Giza, love it, who were projected second but falling short. There is still hope for the playoffs. There is hope. There is definitely hope. I had a quick look. I'll load up his club page and just upload it on the screen. I mean, here we go. Diamond Geezer sitting in third place. Could get second. They're playing Low Levelers, who are 7th, and Hobart Town, who are 9th in the last 2 games of the season. So if they can get... Right, we've got these guys just behind them. They're beating them by 1 in terms of goal difference, and 1 point ahead here. So, realistically, you can't see them dropping any lower than 4th, unless they have an absolute capitulation. But yeah. And what was he running now? So I did have a quick look at it.
5-4-1.
That's the diamond variation of it, isn't
Diamond
it?
one,
5-4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing when I couldn't to do this. I started doing testing for it, and I was like, I don't like this at all. I'd rather use the flat. The flat's better. The flat's
no
way
control
better.
in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah.
No control in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, the flat way better. But the other thing, because I don't have a tactic per se, but there's something I will show you. If you go into his squad, because this is one big thing that I noticed, and I can kind of understand why he's doing it, but go down to the strikers. Yeah. If you look at the strikers, he is playing the younger one. This guy here, Boone. Yeah, he's playing Boone, and I can understand why. He's younger. He wants progression. The problem is, if you look at his stats, the other guy who's only played like 4 games, Tambe, he's a much better striker. He's got 1 less shooting, but he's got better, as good dribbling, got better fucking physical, better pace. And if you're in a title push, I understand why he's playing the younger guy for progression, but if you're in a title race, you've kind of got to give that up a little bit, I think, and you've got to play the player who's better. And Tambe has played 4 games all season, but I would absolutely say he's the better striker based on not even the overall, just his stats are much better than the other striker.
Single striker formation, yeah.
Yeah, for the single formation. So that was the big one I noticed. But then the other one was, if you can go to a flat, because the diamond one just, it's just not as good. It is nowhere near as good.
I'm trying to scan if he's able to do it.
He might be able to. I mean, for one game he probably can.
I will say, giving the same advice I gave you earlier in the pod, if the stats back up they could play, they should be able to play centre mid. Go with it, Ricky. We chat. You know this. Look at it. FYI, I sent you a Discord message, Bruce, in relation to that. When you get a chance. But yeah, when I was eyeballing it when we were earlier on and we were laughing at Root and I was having a look in the background when he kept interrupting everyone, I was having a look at what he's got in terms of players and what he's got. Because in terms of strength for a Spark team, I'm not surprised he's ranked 2nd. But that shoehorning of just the one formation of that 5-4-1, the diamond variation of it, it's very, very limiting. Considering what he's got in and around this squad, he could do so many things with this squad, it looks like. I mean, did you have a look at this, Kiz?
Yeah, quite in depth. But because I was determined to try and make a good impression on my appearance on the pod, to be honest.
Excellent. That's what we love. We love it.
Yeah, so
I wish Root would do that.
No, I made sure I didn't look at what he was playing beforehand, and I wanted to just come up with what I thought was the best shape and system for the players. I would agree with kind of Bruce's point on the striker. So, am I able to share what I came up with?
Oh yeah.
So bear in mind, I didn't know what he was doing. I guessed what he was doing because of, you can see he's got wing backs and what have you. But so obviously this is his lot. What I did is I used a club of mine that had kind of similar level players, or at least similar profile. My players were slightly better, so what I did is I played some of them out of position and what have you, just to try and level things out. I'll load up tactics and change to the one that I saved. Oh, it wasn't with these? No, who did I do it with? Oh my word, what a time to be alive. Was it this? Oh my word. Right, let's look at schedule, previous, find out what team I played the friendlies with. That'll help, right? It was with Digital Cymru. Right, sorry about this, guys.
It's alright.
So, load up Ricky. There we go. I went with a 5-3-2.
Yeah.
Because in a similar vein, I've got a young striker that I want to play all the games, but he's not great. So whenever I kind of played the better striker in the big games, and I found throughout the season that single striker formations are terrible for that, because then you don't sneak wins where you shouldn't. So I thought, if he's trying to just get over the line and get into the playoffs, this would be a nice shout. So as you can see, I'm playing people out of position just to try and get a similar overall to what he has. I went with 5-3-2, went direct, wide, high, just typical kind of, I'm just going to try and have a solid defence and attack so that when you're countering me, I've got enough people to sit and win the ball back. But the idea is I'm trying to strangle the opposition, because I then, rather cheekily, played his opponents 5 times each with that exact formation to test it, and as you can see, it went pretty well. That was a weird one. That was a red card involved in that one. 7-0, 5-0, 4-1, blah blah blah. I used his own tool then to kind of get the stats on it all, and oops, I accidentally pressed something I shouldn't have. Averages across 10 games, scored more than 3 goals more than the opponent, and what have you. The idea for me is that where am I here? In this tactic, no, let's just go back to this friendlies. Let's pick out this one against who he's playing today. Oh, actually, no, let's not do that, because it'll give away the formation. That's a bit naughty. Let's go to this one against who he played last night. As you can see, loads of goals. This centre mid, I don't know what it is about this formation. Have either of you used it for anything?
No, but I know it's very, very good. Yeah, I know a 5-3.
Yeah, I've played around with it a few times. I do like it.
Kev loves it.
Yeah.
Kev loves it.
I was so surprised. I thought that the centre mid should, in reality, act like a DM, like a kind of playmaker type, just sitting and pinging. But he gets so involved in play. It's crazy. And the idea that you can, through instructions, get the left and right mid to tuck inside a little bit, and it kind of just funnels everything, and you let the wing backs just. For instance, I think some of the only individual instructions I had was I put the wing backs on cross more risky passes, because I just wanted them pinging crossfield passes all the time, shifting the opposition around, because we all know that's the easiest way to play this engine. So that's all I did, and it was just goals galore, especially against what would be considered weaker opposition. The idea of striker-wise, I had I had the younger guy with less pace. I had him on high freedom, and the idea being that he's kind of, this is showing my age here, but this is definitely if you follow the mouse, a Shearer Beardsley combo.
Okay.
So the idea is that high positional freedom, no other instructions. He drops in and kind of fills the gap where a 10 would be, but you still get the midfield control. And then this guy has more pace and would be that Tambe that he's got. More pace, he just gets on the end of flick-ons and taps goals in. He scored loads in this testing. So, I like it. It's just the idea is, as you say, having more central midfield control. Because DM Cam, you don't have that. You're just transitional, and if you're transitional but with 5 at the back, it doesn't really work. I think you need something numbers. So I think you need to sacrifice one of those midfielders in order to lose more midfield control, but just play it to the strengths. You go much more direct. You have those wing backs firing things across at random angles, and the strikers will get on the end of them.
Yeah. But that is this engine. You want the numerical advantage when defending, but behind the ball compact. And when you're attacking, you want overloads in the wide areas, but you want numbers in the box. So that 5-4-1, it'll allow you to do one half of that. You can pack your own box. But as you say, in that transitional phase of going from attack to defence, even if you do go direct, you've not got many targets. You've got a cam and you've got a striker. Both central, and the way to abuse this engine is to have numbers out wide and then pack the box when the ball comes in. And you're going to struggle to do any of those things without the players being able to move organically all into the right spots. I do like the 5-3-2. I've played around with it a few times and stuff. So yeah, I mean that's the one that's gave Bob that upset in the Titans Cup because Whitehouse used a 5-3-2 like this against the 4-1-3-2.
I think it was Kev's.
Now a few people are trying to do upsets against a 4-1-3-2 with this formation. I've seen it a lot higher up in the divisions. Like if someone's known for playing the 4-1-3-2, they're playing this now.
Well, it is just the same formation, but you've got the DM dropping into the middle of the centre backs, which is probably better for progressing play in this engine, right?
Yeah.
You get longer on the ball, you can spray it around a bit more.
Yeah.
So if your players are better, then I think at a middle to low level, 4-1-3-2 is going to be better, but this is essentially the same shape for higher up.
Right then.
Stop sharing that.
Well, Ricky is going to be playing his second to last game in about 11 minutes' time in terms of recording time right now. So maybe we might just catch the back end of it as we wrap things up because the last section we've got is community questions. So I'll fire through these fairly quick because we've ended up with a load. So I'm just going to fire through some of them. DQ Smooth, sorry. Where will Mr. K find himself a quiet route to the pod? It's a boring one. Let's move on from that one. And also, it just sounds like a him problem, if I'm honest. It's not bothering me, so yeah. And just for the record. Anyway. Kizmarlo. How does this Kizmarlo fellow get to be so goddamn handsome? So, Kizmarlo, could you answer that question?
I mean, it's suspicious that I asked it, to be honest. But I think personally the secret is just many, many years of practice.
Excellent. I think it is. Effortless.
Yeah.
Effortless. The smoulder. Big Mr. K, am I allowed to be disappointed if Kizmarlo turns out not to be a talking horse? Yes, I am allowed to be disappointed.
Are all these questions just from people on the pod? Is Root
apparently, you know what Root does? He doesn't do any vetting of this. He literally just does copy paste. Anyway, I'm going to skip over some of them. So, Dan LFC, if you were to take a real life player, past or present footballer, and mint them into MFL card with appropriate stats to use in one of your teams, what player would that be? Real world player, either now or historical, that you'd like to have on your MFL team. Go.
So I think, honestly, if we're being very serious about it, there is only one choice.
Right.
Like, honestly. I've got... There is only the right choice, but then I've also got guys that I would like to mint because I like them, so that'd be like David Beckham. My favourite player all time. I'd fucking love him. 99 passing, banging in free kicks all the time. That'd be amazing. Roberto Baggio, who is a guy I used to fucking love, so I'd love to mint him. Or Ronaldinho, just so I can, skill move on everyone. But I think the only real one that you should get, the only smart answer, is CR7. It's Cristiano Ronaldo, and he starts young. He becomes the best player in the world at like 26. And then he plays till he's fucking 42. Like, there isn't a better choice, is there, really? Like, it's got to be...
as well, he would have, like, 99 physical, so...
Exactly.
Even in his final season, he'd play every game.
Yeah. So there's only really one choice, isn't there? Like, so... But, yeah, that's who I'd say.
Oh, Mr. K looks deep in thought.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's a better player.
It's hard because he's so good, and the longevity. It's it's hard to better that, isn't it?
And the fact that he's not Messi.
Yeah.
Because Messi would be a centre forward or a cam or a left winger, and you're much more reliant on the engine favouring those tactics. Whereas CR7, you just shove him up front, 50 goals a season. There you go, happy days.
Yeah, I'm almost going for if I was going for my favourite player growing up, it would be a Thierry Henry, that, just all day and every day, and then every Sunday. But if we're going for sort of in MFL verse and what you could use every single season without fail, because the thing with Ronaldo is he'll play more than one position, just as well. So you've got lots of variability. It'd be like your Zinedine Zidane sort of vibe, like anywhere in the middle of the field, he can play. He can play on his own. He can play in a 3. He can play in a 2. It don't matter. If you need to play deeper, you can play him deeper. You can play him higher, you can play him higher, and he can do everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything, because that's your heart of every system that you have in MFL. Is your centre of the pitch. So having that sort of midfielder, yes, absolutely. How about you, Kiz? Any particular player that stood out to you?
I thought I was going to have quite a cool shout, and then Bruce said it within
Bellamy.
like 5 seconds.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to go with Beckham, just because I play formations with wide midfielders, and the idea of having a strong, great passing, good dribbling, but not fantastic, but high defending right mid, that is just...
The thing about him is
that would have been lovely.
He'd have been right mid, centre mid, because he played a lot of centre mid, and simply because of his free kicks, you'd have to give him high shooting.
Yeah.
Simply for his free kicks. So
And
he'd
he
be
high physical as well, because his endurance was brilliant.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So, but in terms of other fun things, I don't know. It's difficult to follow the CR7 idea because objectively that's just the best answer.
Yeah.
But in terms of things you like, no, it's all right. I also would love like some. It would be hilarious to get some throwbacks to players that I loved when I was a kid. So like Nedved, for instance, would be
Batistuta.
No, I'm not a fan of outright strikers, to be honest.
Kiefer Moore.
Yeah.
Kiefer.
Do you say Kiefer Moore?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of Welsh strikers for you now. I've got Craig Bellamy, I've got Kiefer Moore, Dean Saunders.
I mean, Dean Saunders was English. Kiefer Moore is the worst player I've ever seen in my life.
Nah, Dean Saunders
Like
Welsh.
our fan base loves Kiefer Moore, and every time I see him in a lineup, I just go, my blood boils.
No. Dean Saunders is Welsh. I'm almost certain of it.
Really,
He played for Wales. No, he played
for Wales.
Yeah.
He was about as Welsh as Andy Townsend was Irish.
Yeah.
Place of birth, Swansea, Wales.
Oh, he was Welsh then. I always thought he was
To be
English.
fair, for full transparency, that was
hold on.
Wikipedia for a quick return hit. So
No.
there is that.
Hold on, I've got completely the wrong person in mind. Yeah, you are right. He's proper Swansea boy. He is Welsh. Who was I thinking of? Oh, God knows. There's someone that we had up front that was in that rough 80s, 90s era that was terrible and English. But no, other than that, I would love to have like a proper massive, like Maldini-esque centre back.
Yeah.
Again,
tighter.
longevity.
Yeah.
Just someone that you can put in there every single game, no problem. You know it's going to deal with even the best players.
Nesta. Just think
Yeah,
Italian centre back. Yeah.
And another one in terms of profile, just for MFL engine purposes, probably Kante. I think he'd be probably the best player in the game. A DM with like 90 pace, 90 physical, that can play centre mid. You just tell him to be more aggressive and press more often all the time. It would just be crazy. You just see him running around whilst everyone else is playing at a normal pace.
Well, we're going to have to get people who are listening to the pod too, when they do the episode chat, they need to be sort of chucking out their suggestions because there's just so many I'm now thinking of. I'm almost going back to the early 2000s. I'm going to the, like Champ Manager 0102 that you used to play religiously and cycling through the database of all the players in there that you could potentially get. Yeah. I like that. Right then, Hoodwink, what's that?
Good question.
Yeah, good question. Who's your most underrated player? For example, I have this guy who's... I'm not reading the rest of it. So, most underrated player in your agency? Anyone?
Victor Pedersa for me. He used to be my favourite. He was like one of the guys that I had, and he's only 59 rated, but he banged every season. They ruined him when they brought in the realistic pictures because he looked so much better before. But I wish he was higher rated so I could use him in my higher teams. But he's just too low rated now, and it's sad. It's really sad.
I've got one. I'm going to very quickly share my screen just to show you, because I love him because he's got a problematic name. It is Benito Musso. If he was any better, like. I'd love to see him progress and go up the levels, but as a low, uncommon, absolutely dominating spark, I'm more than happy with that. 82 pace, 74 shooting on the wing. Yeah, I'd say that counts as underrated.
Yeah.
Mine would be, because he ends up being moved around because I end up with higher rated players. It was this striker I picked up a couple of years ago, and I think Kevin had him last season on loan. So I picked him up here in season 10. 30 games, 26 goals. Kevin had him last season, 19 games, 24 goals. He played in silver this season at the start of the season, 11 games, 7 goals. He's come to the Eindhoven team. He's now playing 9 games and got 12 goals. He just scores, and he's the only person on this game that I've seen, if I score a free kick, that absolutely thunder cuts it into the top corner. Like everyone else tries to whip it and stuff. No, wham! He just puts his foot through it. So yeah, underrated because he's not progressed barely a thing since I picked him up. But he spent most of his career in Spark. Yeah.
Oh, I remember him now. I remember shit. Yeah.
Yeah, when I picked him up, I was like, "Oh, okay." So yeah, Eric, what do you prefer for your top team? Winning the cup and getting relegated, or finishing 5th?
Finish fifth.
Yeah, the word relegated.
Yeah, I don't want to get relegated.
For Mamba.
It's my top team. I want them to be in as big a league as possible.
Get as much MFL as I possibly can. Yep, agreed. Yeah,
Yeah, screw the cup.
Over that.
Screw the cup.
The cup is good for the MFL returns and stuff. It's worth getting out the group, get to the quarterfinals, and that's when you've paid off with prioritising the cup. Past that, it's just bonuses. So yeah. James, out of the 4 hosts this week, who would win in a 1v1 v1v1 on a Yorkshire only GeoGuessr? I think I've got an unfair advantage with Yorkshire GeoGuessr.
Because they were all right next to your fucking where you lived.
And you've moved away from Yorkshire. Roots in Hull, that's not really Yorkshire, that's just a shithole. Kiz, I'm not entirely sure where you're based, but I've grown up and lived in Yorkshire for 30 odd years. I know my way around a lot of places and stuff, and I recognise them fairly quick, so not very fair.
No, I live in West Wales and I've been to Leeds once. That's it.
Yeah, so yeah. I would put my money on me personally. So, yeah.
I agree.
Next, Eric again. Would you sell your best player if he's too good for your club, or keep him in your first team? Loaning him out is not an option.
Play him.
Yeah.
He's saying it's your best team. Like,
or where's your agency at? If he's just like light years above the rest of your agency, and you're trying to grow an agency, then it's a consideration. It very much is. I noticed Quinny earlier today, actually, because I put an offer in thinking, I don't have a chance to research it properly. He put his his second best player. It was that right back he had, that progressed loads, and he was a Lego. Casas, yeah. And he played left back as well. He put him on the market for a very reasonable price, and I was like, and he's sold today. But then I had a look at his agency to make sure he wasn't selling up. No, it's just like where his agency's at, it makes sense.
Yeah.
He'll be able to move things around now and reinvest in his agency a bit. So, yeah. For me, it's all dependent on what your agency's at.
What about you, Kiz? Kiz, did you answer?
Yeah, to be honest, it depends on the age for me. If you've, say your best team is on average 84 rated, similar to mine, and you've got one 88 rated player, then if he's 27 or older, I'd play him in that team just because he's your best player. Why not have a star man? But if he's young and there's a lot of resale value, I'd be tempted to sell and reinvest elsewhere.
Yeah, I'd be leaning towards that, especially if he's just so much further past the rest of your agency. It does make sense. Tim, I don't know how to say his first name. Drake. It's like Craig, but with a double D at the beginning. Tim.
There you go. Drake.
Say it again.
Drake. It's just Welsh for dragon.
Cool. I like that.
There we go.
What is your method for building a squad for a new season? What are the key focus areas? Striker attributes, for example. So if you're building squads for next season, what's your priorities when you're doing it?
Do you want to answer first, Kiz?
Yeah. My main focus is always overall and how training penalties will be affected for each team. Because, as I say, I really focus on trying to have like a progression conveyor belt. That's how I'm trying to build my agency. So that's always the primary focus. Within that, I'll make choices based on what attributes are better for what teams. So if I'm playing a system with wingers, I'll focus pace. If I'm playing a system with a crammed midfield, I'll go for technical players, that sort of thing. But generally, it's who fits in what part of the ladder.
I I always, every single team, first thing I do, goalkeepers. I secure the goalkeepers. I genuinely think that's the most important position in MFL. I really do. So I always sort out the goalkeepers, and then when I'm looking at stats, it's like these guys say, it's what's my style of play and who suits it. Like we talked about last season, last episode, you were saying about the strikers having the three holy trinity. So I'll look at the pace, shooting, physical, and decide who's the best out of there before I put them in there, and I'll always look for them. But I mean, lower down, I'm very similar to Kiz. It's like, I've got to keep them in brackets. I want them to up, like where it's Mamba, it's very different because it's like, well, I've got this guy, I'm going to use him. The end. I don't really care. So yeah, but I always start with goalkeeper because I think it's the most important position. So every single team, it's sort the goalkeeper first and then go from there. So
I've got a process. Usually what I've already been doing is roughly working out what I want to do in this engine, what works, what doesn't work, so then I'm looking to build around a couple of set formations. I use this spreadsheet, I list out all my teams in columns. I've then got this process here where it literally lists out all the different variations of positions, and I get rid of some of them on certain teams because I won't be using that position. And then I literally do what you do, Bruce. I go through goalkeeper first, master out the first choice goalkeeper for every team, and then I'll have a look at who would be a good backup based on various factors, and then I slowly, systematically make my way through doing that. So if they're in green, it's because it's been a loan. So that's your right back there, Bruce. And sometimes when I'm mapping these things out, I'm short, I don't know, centre mids here, I highlight those cells and I come back to it later, so it'll be in orange, and I know I need to focus on that team, need some centre backs for whatever reason, and I make my process doing that, just mapping everything out. Here, in terms of rotation, I didn't update it so much, sort out the loans, but I was short of another striker and I was short of another right mid, and I sorted those things out, so I hadn't gone back to it. But I do that every year, just map it out across all the clubs. It was this season, it was the season before when I was running all 29 of them, and I had to do that process. That was fun. That took a while. Last question then from Mr. Kev Hurd. If Bruce is the Keanu Reeves of MFL, who would Root and Big Mr. K be? Well, I personally think you guys have got to answer that question.
I'm trying to think of who you'd look like.
Well, I think I know what my answer is for Mr. K, and that would be Christian Bale in The Big Short.
Christian Bale.
But instead of all the finances on a whiteboard, it would be talking to AI about spreadsheets on MFL players.
Hey, that's not a bad shout, you know. Hey, yeah, that's actually not a bad shout.
Quickly Googling what he looks like.
The film? Yeah. I don't know what the film is.
The Big Short. You've never seen The Big Short? It's a good film.
I don't really watch films.
Ah, right.
No, I've not seen that. No, I've not seen that before. I'm actually currently doing cybersecurity qualification. So, yeah, I'm playing around with those skills even more now. So, yeah. There you go. So, what about Root?
Who's an actor with technical difficulties?
Actor with learning difficulties.
No, I didn't say learning. No.
Okay. This is not very helpful. No, none of those really work. We'll have to use AI. I'm no good at this sort of stuff because I'm rubbish with celebrities' names. I don't recognise them half the time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of... There's no one I can think of that looks like Root. Yeah, I can't think of anybody that looks like Root.
No,
probably Brad Pitt.
Oh, 6-0.
Yeah.
Oh, go on. You're welcome for all this tactical help
up front.
that you won't see till tomorrow.
Yes.
Up front, Bruce.
Has he put him up? Yes!
Yeah.
Damn straight. Yeah, if you're going in for the title, that's the guy. I still don't like that.
The guy.
Yeah. I really like his 5-3-2, though. I think that's a great shout for the last game.
Yeah. Right, Uzi, it's these Merlot guys that we want to find out how they're doing. The guys that are ahead of him. Are they winning?
Oh.
It's only 2-1.
It's only 2-1. Well, it's not far off, actually.
Go on, score a last minute. Score a last minute. Come on.
Hey up.
Come on.
Hey
Oh, what's he doing? Oh!
thought he'd actually scored then.
I thought that was him. Yeah.
I used to come up against this guy all the time when he used to play Spark as well. I recognise him. High up, edge of the box.
It's a direct free kick, mate. It's nothing.
It's never going in.
No, what you recycle it, and then your left back will give it away to him, and then he'll score.
Yeah, that's how you score a direct free kick.
They're under the cosh, though. They're under the cosh.
A live watch. I love
Squeaky
this.
bum time. Oh, he's done it! Oh, dear.
Come on, Ricky.
Merlo
Absolute scenes.
Merlo
Yeah, but can they get a winner?
He's got the throw in.
Oh, it's with the left hand.
Throw-in is a goal normally.
I hope.
Oh, my word.
What was that?
Interesting.
There.
Hang on.
Press.
This is the best bit of the pod.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not even our team. It's not even Ricky's team. That's
It's not even Ricky's team as well. I know.
Oh, no. Come on, get it away. Get it out,
Don't
lads.
throw it away, boys. Don't throw it away.
You've done so well to get this far.
I was worried about a penalty then.
Good save, lad. Good hands. Good hands. Hold on, please. A last-minute winner would just be perfect.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Ooh. Come
I
on.
can't remember how a draw shakes out for Ricky, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm going to quickly look it up now whilst you're watching.
2-2 draw.
So...
Let's go back then. So a draw puts
above
Ricky
him.
second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's above me by a point.
Ricky second, that will. Has it updated the table yet? There he is.
Yes.
There he is.
Come on, Ricky.
And the guys behind him, did they draw? Yeah, they drew. Warthogs drew.
Yeah,
in his hands
so
now.
he just needs to beat 10th place already. Well, actually, no, they're going to be fighting for survival, aren't they? But yeah, beat 10th and they're second.
Yeah.
Go on, Ricky.
Oh, come on, lad. Yes. Love it.
And what's that? Budapest. Third are playing first in the league in the last
good.
game. And Merlo are playing sixth in the table there.
In his hands.
Oh.
Imagine being worried, eh?
No.
Waste of our time. Right then. Before we wrap things up properly, I think we need to say this properly. Kizmarlo, thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Sorry for the change of venue and time.
Don't worry
that
about
was
it.
totally on me, so I apologise for that one. But very much enjoyed having you on. It was great to have someone else taking the piss out of Root as well as us. It's great to have
right in.
to that.
Just fit right in.
Absolutely.
Oh, bless.
Well, thanks for joining. I hope you've enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, no, very much so. Thank you for having me on. It's been nice to actually talk to other people about MFL. So it's nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely. Before we sign off, is there anything, Bruce, you feel like we've missed, or anything else you want to add before we wrap things up?
No, I don't think so. Me and my wife are on Amreezy's stream on Wednesday.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Nice.
where she's a bit worried about it. but yeah, we're going to be on Amreezy's stream. Other than that, I can't think of anything. Good luck to everyone, unless you're in my league, and then fuck you.
By the time the pod
everyone
comes
else-
out, it will just be one league game less because the cup games would have finished, including the Titans. So yeah, it would basically be last league game of the season. Then we're on to rewards, and then we're on to rollover day. So yeah. Need to decide what we're going to do there. Have any news yet, Bruce? Last season, sorry, you were doing a pat drop stream. No, not pat drop, reward stream with Monkey and stuff like that. Anything like that in the works?
I think Monkey has talked about it. I said it's probably better for him to get you on because you've got more MFL.
Well, if I'm only going to open one pack, it might not be that.
All right.
but it just depends. But yeah,
He
we'll see.
spoke about it. I can't remember what day he said about it or whatever. But talk to Monkey because he's thinking about doing it again. So, and I think you should probably be on.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, gents. It's been a good one. It's been a lot of fun taking the piss out of Root for a change. But yeah, hopefully he enjoys the rest of his holidays. He'll be back for next week in the pod. I don't know about the week after. I think he's away again on holiday. I'm not sure yet. It's often, what it's like. But thanks very much for tuning in. If you want to get involved in the GeoGuessr competition, you need to be in our Discord, so make sure you do join. Thank you to Hammers for sorting those out, because I know loads of people are enjoying those at the moment. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.